Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. It's the Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Win, lose, or draw. Please subscribe to my channel for regular Chelsea updates. Liverpool 4, Chelsea 1 away at Anfield today. This was exactly the way Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp had this game drawn up on their in their game planning. It went the way Klopp wanted it to go. Of course, we Chelsea, we got no favors, none at all, not one single favor from that horrible referee named Paul Tierney. Just terrible, an awful, awful excuse for a referee. So incompetent, super incompetent. We had two penalties. We had two penalties that I've been watching the Nations Cup, which again talking about third world in the country, we have better referees and better VAR referees in Africa than we have in England. Now let that sink in, just to let you know how incompetent the refereeing is in England. And I'm just going to just leave it at that because I don't believe that anything happens by bad luck. I mean, it is what it is. We should have had a penalty. I believe like in the fifth minute that where Gallagher clearly was fouled by Virgil van Dijk, used his knee, initiated all sorts of contact. Nothing. Wave play on. VAR just acted as if they didn't see it. That's number one. Then number two, their first goal, their first goal was a handball. It was a handball by Diogo Jota. He used his hand to basically control the ball. I mean, you all could see Silva putting his hand up, and on replay you saw the ball literally bobbling around all over his chest from hand, and his hand was moving. That first goal never should have stood. But as bad as the first goal was, the second goal was even worse because that was a blatant foul on Chilwell, right? Well, because I was watching the game and I was wondering where's our left back on the second goal, and it was only on replay that I saw that Chilwell was literally tackled. He was manhandled and he was tackled, blocked, tackled, whatever you want to call it, right? And that then freed up Bradley to obviously open up his account as a 20-year-old right back. And fair play to the young man Bradley. He did play. There's no blame goes on him. He did what you always want a player to do, especially a young player coming in. So fair play to the young kid Bradley from Liverpool at right back. He had a 10/10 game. Nothing got by him, and he took his chance brilliantly to beat Petrovic, who was our best player on the day by far. Because if it wasn't for Petrovic, easily we would have conceded 7 or 8 goals, and nobody will disagree with you. Because I mean, we've seen Petrovic make at least 3 world-class saves in the first half, and he made another couple of tidy saves in the second half. So, but then then of course then Cheney then goes on ahead and points to the penalty spot on I believe when Badashil, is either Badashil or I think is Badashil. I don't remember. Our defenders were just poor today. So I think Badashil tried to mark. I can't remember whether it was I don't remember which player, and he was just late and after the ball was gone, and caught him on his leg. Nothing different from the Virgil van Dijk foul that wasn't a penalty. And of course, Tierney didn't waste any second to point to the spot. Like predictably, he pointed to the spot, and obviously as in terms of poetic justice, Nunes went on ahead and smashed it across the upright. So they missed the penalty. It was 2-0 at halftime, and I said, okay, all right, it's bad, but it could be worse. It could have been worse. We come out in the second half, and and what you're looking for is for something to happen. And that one thing that should have happened should have been Mikhailo Mudryk connecting on a perfect square pass cross from Malo Gusto. I don't know. I don't know how he could come in at halftime and comfortably be the worst player on the field on the day. That's how Mudryk was horrible. He was non-existent, poor, piss poor, defensively and offensively. He was even worse. Defensively, he was terrible offensively, but he was worse defensively. And I feel like a lot of the goals, the goals that we and chances we conceded in the second half was because Mikhailo Mudryk was nowhere near to be found on his defensive responsibilities, and it gave Badiashile a lot of work to be done, and Badiashile ended up looking horrible. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for Badiashile, but he got no help. Whereas on the other side, Gusto was getting help from Raheem. But Mudryk was just literally daydreaming on the pitch, off the ball, no marking nobody. You're not marking the man. You're not marking space. You're not marking anything, and it just caused all sorts of problems. And now y'all can see why Mudryk rarely plays, because he's not ready. He's not ready from a mental point of view. I just keep saying it. Mentally, Mudryk is at a 1/. If I could give him 0/10, that's exactly what I would. But that might be a little too harsh. So I'm going to go ahead and give him 10%. That's where Mudryk is mentally, and he needs to grow up real fast, because we don't have time. This is disgraceful by Mudryk. Okay, all right. So then what happens next? They go ahead and make it 3-0, where we just pour on just defending. You all can see that we're piss poor on the day. Then Nkunku gives us just a little ray of hope with a brilliant goal that none of our strikers could have dreamt about scoring so far this season. That gives you an idea of what we've been missing all season. It's from that just one piece of brilliance by Nkunku in the box to score a brilliant goal. And so that just tells you that we have something there. But guess what? Overall, as a team, Liverpool it hurts me to say that Liverpool showed us that we still have levels to go, as it's from a team play point of view, we're still down there. And I know everybody wants to go ahead and blame Pochettino. It's not about Pochettino. We have what we have. We have a lot of inexperienced players, and a lot of these inexperienced players are still growing. They're all growing at the same goddamn time. And so this is what it's going to look like. You're going to win one game and you're going to lose another game horribly. And then you're going to draw one game, and then so the whole idea is that over time, hopefully, it's going to be win 3, draw 1, look poor, and then so on and so. Eventually, you start going on nice long winning runs. And so this is just one of those where you're going to have to throw the game into the trash can and just keep it moving. What lesson is there to be learned? Where there's 2 lessons to be learned for Chelsea. Number 1 is when you're playing against Liverpool, any team at the highest level, you have to come out with intensity. Our players did not lay one single glove on their players in 90 minutes, and that's a goddamn shame, right? You have to. They were happy to be laying gloves on us, fouling us, pressing us, and we just stood there and just took it. That's piss poor. That's not Chelsea. That's not Chelsea. You have to fight. You have to claw. Even if you cannot play football, the least you can do is to fight and claw your way to a result. And we didn't do that. Of course, that horrible referee named Tierney didn't give us any, didn't do us any favors, but we did not help ourselves. And so that's the thing. So I mean, Chelsea, we have to, these players have to understand. Listen, you got to come out flying. Then number two is our players, especially our wide men, our wide attacking players, tend to overplay. They tend to overplay. If again you have to you watch Liverpool players, they don't overplay. They just make the obvious pass, the quick pass and move. They only overplay when the overplay is there to be done. When you have your marker one-on-one in a wide area, then you can overplay a bit. You can try and take him wide, take him to the byline, win a throw-in or a corner kick, because you got him one-on-one. You have him in trouble. But no, when our wide men are being marked by two players, you see Raheem on one side trying to dribble two guys, Nani trying to dribble two or three guys. Mudryk will just, put his head down like a headless chicken and just simply lose the ball. Our guys just overplay. And overplaying is amateurish, guys. It's amateurish. I don't expect that of these kind of players. And, again, these are professionals. Listen, you don't need your manager to tell you when to keep it simple, and then when to rely on your skill. These players need to learn that. But this is what you get when you have a lot of young players. This is what you get. So guys, I know that we all feel bad that we got destroyed and left for dead by Liverpool, but it is on what it is. We have to move on. We have to move on. Time waits for nobody in this league. Wolves is waiting for us on Sunday at the Bridge. And if you all remember the last time that we played them away at the Molineux, they beat us 2-1. It was horrible. So, and that was the last time they actually lost a league game. So hopefully our guys will redeem themselves. We need a W because we're just, falling back behind the pack again. Guys, let's not look ahead. I know a lot of y'all are looking ahead towards February 25th, the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. Just get this bad result out of your minds. It is what it is. Just go ahead and throw it away in the old waste bin and just keep it moving. Guys, I hope you all have a blessed one. Take care. God bless y'all. Peace out.